What happened to subtext in books? Seriously. I have been reading some up-and-coming fantasy arcs, and it just seems like everything within the story has to be explained to the reader. A character does something, there's an action, and then it is explained to the reader as if we are unable to infer why the character is responding the way they are responding, why they're emoting the way they are, why they are choosing to take the action that they are choosing. I have been seeing a lot of videos regarding the literacy crisis in the United States. And if you're not familiar with any of these stats, the big one that stands out to me is the fact that 28% of adults in the United States now rank at the lowest levels of literacy, which is up from 19% back in 2017. That is a problem. And so as I've been reading these books and as I've been feeling the frustration of feeling as though the author does not trust me as the reader to be able to connect the dots, it has made me ponder, is this the expectation now of books, both from readers and from publishers? I was doing some research online, and because I was just wondering, like, am I the only one who feels like subtext doesn't exist? Like, I miss it. I miss just connecting the dots on my own. And something that also stood out to me was that books that contain subtext seem to be labeled often as confusing or esoteric. And I think that's a bummer. I think it circles back to this idea that readers don't want to be challenged. And I understand that reading is leisurely, and for a lot of people, it is a chance to escape reality for a couple hours, and I am here for that. But I think we need to take a hard look in the mirror and ask ourselves, why are we so okay with not growing in literacy skills, our critical thinking abilities? I'm not saying that every book you read needs to be annotated and debated and yada, 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 but it really bothers me that the idea that someone might have to read between the lines is asking too much, especially as someone who is an aspiring author. I want my reader to ask questions in my book and to see if they can kind of clue things together. I don't want to have to, explain hey, this is what just happened. Hey, this is what this means. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, when I was growing up and when I was reading, there were plenty of times where I didn't always understand something super clearly. But again, that challenged me. It pushed me to grow as a reader. And it was something where I might have to come back to that book and wrestle with it to figure it out. Or maybe it was even one of those things where, like, my brain had to develop further for me to understand what was happening. But either way, just because something is hard doesn't mean it's bad. And I'm just concerned that we are losing complex narratives because there's an expectation that reading just needs to be easy. And if it's not, then it's simply not for that audience, or that reading needs to be easy. And if it's not accessible enough, I don't know. What are your thoughts? What happened to subtext in books? Are you missing it? Have you noticed that it's gone? Have I just been not reading the right books? I don't know. But like I said, the books that I've been reading are up and coming narratives that are going to be published in the next 1 to 2 years. Like, this is what's about to enter our market. And I am a little bit concerned.